In a small town, there was a dark abandoned mansion up in the hills that watched down every house. It had a grim feeling to it, even in daylight, as it gave off a creepy aura to their beautiful town. Many despised the mansion, believing it carried an ill omen because of its long-lost history. But above all, after many years, people became used to the mansion's dilapidated structure, hovering down upon their town despite its ill presence. What people don't know is what happens within the broken walls of the abandoned mansion. Within this mansion is a proving ground for a very well-known and very sadistic gang known as the Black Scorch. They are widely known for their violent initiations that involve purifications through fire. This involves the person walking on burning charcoal, blindfolded, lighting the tongue on fire, and sometimes branding the gang symbol on the back to prove devotion to the gang. Many people can often tell which teenager or adult is in the gang due to their nasty burn wounds in particular areas of their own body. The members most of the time wear baggy clothing and hoodies to shroud their burn wounds to prevent other people from knowing who they really are. As ruthless and violent the gang may be, they all have one fear that unifies them all. They all fear the stranger that seems to haunt the town in every corner. The gang is so terrified by the stranger that their initiations in the abandoned mansion do not take longer than 15 minutes, as they believed that the stranger is watching their every move. The gang heavily believed that the stranger dwells in the abandoned mansion itself, as it was the only place in town that the stranger was mostly sighted in. Everyone in the town, including the Black Scorch gang, has experienced or knows someone who has experienced the presence of the stranger. Many believed the stranger was a ghost of the past, as some believe he is just a homeless man getting revenge on society. Whatever reason they can think of, the feeling of its presence is fairly the same to everyone. They always feel that the stranger is looking for someone or something in town. Its motives are a mystery, as it has been rumored that it cannot speak. People also claim that what lies underneath the black cloak is a disfigured beast that was born from hell itself. There was a young boy in the town's middle school whom has experienced the presence of the infamous stranger more frequently than anyone else. As a loner, he keeps the stranger experiences to himself, as no one in the school and at home cares for what he has to say anyways. As a severe victim of bullying, the boy was frequently teased by his obsession of time. The boy always dreamed of making a time machine that will fast forward his life to the future, in which he becomes a well-known scientist of chronology. He hates this moment in his lifetime, as everyone in school seemed to be after him. He wanted to fast forward his life, to move forward and forget about the pain he is currently going through in his life. One day in the hallways, he was approached by his demon, his main bully, who was also part of the infamous Black Scorch gang. The bully confronted the small boy to join the gang as punishment for not giving him his lunch money. The boy refused, and with it came with a price that knocked him out cold. The boy woke up in a broken down room tied to a chair. The boy realizes that he was in the abandoned mansion. Terrified by enclosed spaces and the dark, the boy tried to scream for help. He was shunned by a group of shadowy figures whispering to each other in front of the door of the room. One of them he recognizes as his bully from school due to the massive shape of the shadow. He then realizes that he was getting initiated to the Black Scorch gang by force. The gang passed on a Molotov cocktail to one of the gang members, the boy's bully. The boy then realized that it wasn't an initiation to the gang. It was an execution. The bully then lit the Molotov cocktail with his lighter and threw it at the corner of the room. The fire of the Molotov consumed the old furniture that surrounded the boy. The rest of the gang laughed sadistically and fled the scene, closing the door behind them. The boy panicked tremendously because he did not know that his death will be to be burned alive in the most creepiest place in the world. The boy saw pieces of broken glass on the floor near him. Suddenly, he felt a burst of hope as he tried to take one of them and tried to cut the rope that binded his hand to the chair. The smoke from the fire in the room engulfed his lungs as he tried with all of his might to escape his death. Suddenly, the door to the room was kicked down by someone. The boy couldn't tell who it was due to the obscurity of the fire and smoke. The boy suddenly lost consciousness due to the smoke in the room as his vision erupts in darkness. The boy woke up outside the mansion as he felt the warmth of the sun he never thought he'd see again. The boy saw who saved him at last, and he felt a sudden cold shock erupt from his spine. He realized it was the mysterious stranger that saved him. The boy questioned the stranger of why he saved him, but the stranger had no response. No matter how many questions the boy asked, the stranger was in complete silence and stillness. The stranger then made a sudden act that the boy will never forget. The stranger took off his black cloak and revealed himself. In utter disgust, the boy saw a person whose flesh was all burned up, leaving him hideous and strange to anyone who looks upon him. The stranger then smiled at the boy in a very curious way and suddenly vanished into thin air. The boy was mystified as to what just happened, as he had many questions for the stranger. The boy felt the stranger was gone for good. The town's plague has finally ended. Ever since then, the boy was obsessing the idea that the stranger was himself. If the fire in the room of the abandoned mansion consumed him at the last second he escaped the chair using the broken glass. The boy was astonished by this because if the stranger was himself, then that would mean that in the future he found a way to make a time machine, as he has always dreamed of. Building a time machine to change the past to save the future. The boy was nothing more but proud of himself, becoming the infamous stranger to help protect his younger self. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys liked that video that I made for these two masks. As you all know, these are the first twin masks that I've made. Twin masks meaning it's pretty much one concept, one design, but with two masks. So it's pretty cool. This is also one of my first masks that I've made that have a short story to them, you know? Obviously if you guys know me from way back when, I did make a mask that had a short story to it, and that was Ethan Chatterbox Cutherin. If you guys remember that was like back in 2009. Well, here is my second mask that has a short story, so I'm planning on making more. These are actually pretty fun to make, so I really can't wait to do more masks that have their own short stories to them. Alright, so what you guys are seeing here, not only these are twin masks, these are also obviously alternates. This is obviously an alternate of Placebo Male, and this is also an alternate of Stigmata. Alright, so if you guys don't know yet, Placebo is pretty much a template design for my own. You guys can also use it for your custom masks as well. So it's not only for me, it's also for you guys. If you guys don't know what Placebo is, please check it out. It's in my videos in my channel. Again, it's pretty much a blank template for masks. Alright, so as you can see, he doesn't have that much modifications to him. I planned Paradox version 1, his human form, his past. So I planned Paradox to have like a beautiful side to it. So as you can see, there's not that much modifications to him, not unless of course if you count the rivets, you know, and stuff like that. He has a really basic paint job. It's pretty much white with a very light coat of pink and light blue in some areas. You obviously can't really tell here, but it's there. Really subtle. And of course you got Paradox version 2. This is pretty much his ruined side. This is his burnt side, and that's why I wanted to use Stigmata for this, because Stigmata is a great candidate for, you know, Paradox version 2. So this is actually a fairly awesome modification. As you can see, Stigmata, the original Stigmata, didn't have rough textures all around. I pretty much applied this using latex, you know, just applied it. That's pretty much all I did. You'll also notice that Stigmata doesn't have these weird eyes. Well, if you guys actually look closely, these eyes are actually placebo males. So what I actually did was I casted a pair of placebo males' eyes and implemented it on Stigmata. So, and the reason why I did that is so that they look similar, you know. And that, and actually looks pretty cool. It's a really crazy modification. It's really cool. And yeah, that's Paradox. So this is what they look like. Here they are. Really interesting masks indeed. Alright, so now let's look at the actual masks themselves, as if you guys were holding it. Alright, so this is the part in every mask video that I do in which I show you guys the inside of the mask and, you know, the technical information and stuff like that. So I'll start with Paradox number 1. This is Paradox version 1, his past version, while this is his future version as told in the short story in which you guys just heard or even read in the description. But anyways, yeah, this is Paradox version 1, his past. As you can see, very smooth mask. As you all may have noticed, these two masks have a back piece to them, and these are actually removable by Velcro. See that? This is actually a type of mask that I created for myself. These are called half-breed masks, and the reason why they're called half-breed masks is because they're pretty much latex masks, and in a way they're kind of like full head masks because they cover your whole entire head because of the back piece. Alright, so pretty much for both masks, the back pieces are removable, and they're pretty much supported by Velcro, so it's pretty simple to use. You place it on if you want it to be on, and you pretty much take it out if you don't even want it there. Alright, so it's pretty simple. So obviously this is a latex mask, as you all know. So you got the movable jaw right here, supported by these elastics. That also goes for him. And as we take a look in the inside, as you can see, you got the traditional see-through black fabric, which is flippable. So if you guys don't want the black fabric when you're wearing it, you can easily flip it and then wear the mask. You got the comfort foam right there, and that's pretty much it for the inside for both masks. These are really fairly simple, but yet in a way they're pretty complex due to their own unique backstory. Alright, so let's take a look at Paradox version 2. So that we are looking at Paradox in his future form, his burnt side. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same thing as the first Paradox. Alright, you got the half-breed mask back piece, which is entirely removable, and this is also the back piece if you guys want to take a look at it. I don't think you guys saw this fairly clean on the video itself. So here it is. Here's a really close-up shot of it. It's really detailed. This is one of the reasons why I love using latex. You can just, there's some things you can do with latex that you can't with silicone, and this is one of them. It just has like a specific contrast to it when it comes to the color. I don't know. Latex and silicone are pretty much two different materials, but they have their own advantages and disadvantages when it comes to creating them. But yeah, here's the back piece for Paradox version 2. So yeah, same thing. You got the comfort foam right there. You got the traditional see-through black fabric, and you also have the movable jaw right here, supported by these eyelets and elastic. Alright, and also one thing I forgot to mention is you got the traditional three-way strap. It goes like that, and it goes like that. Alright, so if you want to wear it, left one goes first, or it's actually vice versa. I mean, left one goes first, right, and top strap. Alright, that's pretty much it. And of course, if you want the back piece to be on, you simply just apply it like that, and there you go. That will be it for this technical section. And so yeah, if you guys are interested in purchasing these two masks, as you all know, these are twins. That obviously means you can't purchase just one of them separately. Okay, that's a no-brainer. This is one whole concept, one whole design, one whole idea, one whole mask in the form of two. Alright, so as you all know, I do have a default price for my masks. I sell my latex face masks for only $60, of course, plus shipping. When it comes to my silicone masks, those actually cost $150 plus shipping. I usually don't raise the prices for my masks unless if it's a good reason. Now in this case, it is a good reason, because as you can see, it's not just one mask, but it's also two masks. Alright, so as you all heard, so as you all know, the default price for my latex masks is $60. So when there's two here, that's obviously $120. Alright, so this one whole set here is $120 plus shipping. The shipping will cost $15 if you're in the US domestic, or it will cost $55 overseas international shipping. Okay, when it comes to international shipping, I only do PayPal. Okay, but if you guys are in the US domestic, you can choose PayPal, money order, or cash. So if you guys are interested in these one-of-a-kind masks that I made here, please send me a message. Now if no one's interested in these, that's totally cool with me. I really don't care. Okay, I love making masks for the sake of making masks. Alright, please get that straight in your head. Alright, so that'll be it for these two masks. Please check out my website. That'll be juanfeaturecompares.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys haven't already. Also, please comment on this video, like, share, favorite, do whatever. Alright? Also, please check out my other videos. I'll have more videos as time goes on. Okay? If you guys also have a Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. That'll be twitter.com/evilslot13. I pretty much update you guys on art in Twitter. Okay? So it's like a great way to update yourself from what I do as an artist. Alright, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm definitely psyched to make more twin designs, you know. I'm definitely psyched for making more masks that have their own short story to them, you know. It's like it's cool because it's like symbolism, you know, but it's not symbolism, it's like a story. So, you know, but they still share the same concept. They have some sort of meaning into the mask, you know. It's not just a mask. And but yeah, that'll be it for these two masks. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.